Hi, this is Matt from Find My Blogway. I'm going to talk to you briefly about a process that I use for understanding how competitive a search term is to target within the first page of Google. This can give you a good indication of how long it's probably going to take or how much resources you're going to need to put into achieving page 1 rankings for any given search term. And this can be applied for any of the different sites that you work on and just keyword analysis in general. So this is pretty much a staple part of my analysis stage of any SEO campaign that I use. So to start with, the first thing I do is go to Google and then I'll type in the keyword that I'm looking to target. So for example purposes, we'll just go SEO services. Okay, so I've brought up a range of different websites here on page 1. What I want to now do is I want to pull off all the URLs from in this first page. Now, instead of going and copy and pasting all these into my Excel spreadsheet, what I do is I use a plugin for Chrome called Scrape Similar. It's a free plugin. You can just search for it on the plugin Chrome store and it installs straight away. So all you need to do is right click like I have just on one of the URLs, press Scrape Similar. And there we go, we've just pulled off all of those URLs from the first page nice and quickly. So I'll just copy those, go into my Excel spreadsheet here. And now I've got all of my URLs pulled off so that I can use them for the next stage of the analysis. So now I'm just going to copy all of these again, so that I can put them into another tool that I use. Now this is moscheck.com, another completely free tool to use. All you do is you have to sign up for an account. It takes 2 seconds, you don't have to pay anything, and what moscheck actually does is you can put in up to 100 URLs and it pulls off various metrics, Moz metrics, so page authority, it pulls off domain authority, how many links are to each URL, and also the MozRank score. So here we have a nice little table of our page 1 of Google. This in itself is a really good indicator of how competitive the first page is, but I don't like to solely use Moz metrics because the index isn't updated as often as other tools, which Moz will admit themselves, and due to that you can not always see completely accurate results. Now what I do like to use is Majestic SEO's tools alongside this, so I can get the citation flow and the trust flow of each of the URLs that I'm looking at. Now to do this, what I use is the SEO Tools plugin for Excel. This was created by Niels Bosma, and if you go to nielsbosma.se/projects/SEO Tools, you can again download this for free. And to be honest, if you manage a website, if you have any involvement in SEO or any kind of analysis that you do online, you need this. It is absolutely fantastic. I'm going to actually do a full tutorial on all the features of SEO Tools, but I'm just going to touch on it briefly. But go over to Niels's website, download it and get it set up in Excel and just have a play around to start with. So what I'm actually going to use it for here is in the SEO Tools tab. I'm going to go to Majestic SEO, which it links up with, alongside loads of other tools, so you can grab off the page rank for each URL, but just for this demonstration I'm only going to use Majestic SEO. So you open up the tab here. First you'll be prompted to log in with your Majestic SEO, so you need just a basic subscription to Majestic SEO. And I've obviously already logged in already. I'm just going to copy these URLs and paste them in here so I can get metrics for each of them. Again, I'm not going to go into all the details of everything that you can use and do with the SEO Tools plugin, but I just want to select index data, select each of these URLs to get metrics on. I just want the citation flow and the trust flow of these. And then you just need to select where you want to insert that data, press insert, and there we go. We've got all of that data now, citation flow and trust flow for each of these URLs. So we've got some awesome data to start with on the first page of Google for one of our keywords. The next thing I like to do, and the final thing really, is create a nice graph similar to the way if any of you use SEO Moz's keyword difficulty tool. They have a nice quick kind of graph that shows off exact domain authority and page authority for each of the URLs on the first page of Google. And what I kind of want to do is kind of emulate that, but with the addition of citation and trust flow, which is a bit more recent, or should I say fresh. So I'm just going to select the URL column. I'm going to also select the domain authority column, and then the citation flow and trust flow. I'm going to insert a bar chart. I'm just going to go with a 2D bar. You can make these look a lot nicer. I'm just going to make this a bit bigger so it's easier to see. And then what I'm going to do is just on the bottom axis here, just make sure that that's fixed between 0 and 100. And now what I've got is a nice overview from position 1 here all the way up to position 10 of the first page. And what you can now start to see is that Smart Ranks, the guys ranking at number 1, actually have an incredibly high citation flow and trust flow, whereas if we'd have looked at it from just domain authority, the top 2 rankings have a much lower domain authority than any of the other guys here. So straight away you get a nice quick overview of the first page of Google. And then you can go in and do your more in-depth analysis. You can also kind of make this look a bit nicer. And what I like to do is every month have an update on this data and then update the charts, and then I can have a historical look at how frequently that SERP is changing over time. And then I can decide, okay, maybe I want to have a look at some other keywords. And then we can see whether we can break through into the first page. And in general, I normally take kind of my top 10, 20 keywords that I'm targeting and do this for each of them and just name each sheet after the keyword name. So a great quick way to give a nice visual overview of the first page of Google. And you can use this for both internal use, or you can use it if you're an SEO agency to show your clients. And it's just a great way to display data. So I hope this has been helpful, and make sure that you check back onto the YouTube channel where we're going to give a complete overview of the SEO Tools plugin, because there is a whole lot more of functionality that you can use that stretches well beyond just this. So thanks again, guys.